Hi third graders. We're back for week number 20 of remote learning, and we're going to be doing a couple of math lessons this week, and I'm going to do a couple chapters in the read aloud book, and then you've got some cursive writing to do, and then some other and then regular writing activities, the choose your prompt, and then we also have, just your regular stuff that you need to do every day. So that way I can get an attendance grade for you, or attendance credit for you. So right now we're going to start with Module 7, Lesson 3 for math, and it begins on page 179, so please get out that clipped packet of work, Module 7, Lesson 3, and it is multiply and divide with 2, 4, and 8. So we're going to be multiplying and dividing with the numbers 2, 4, and 8, and remember, I'm hoping that you are practicing those multiplication flashcards that I sent home, and you're trying real hard to make sure you get that green light every single day on Reflex Math, because that's what's going to help you with those multiplication and division facts. Okay? All right, so let's get started. So I'm just going to focus this a little better. Okay. Multiply and divide with 2, 4, and 8. So you'll be able to use more than one strategy to solve multiplication and division problems with 2, 4, and 8 as factors and divisors. So factors, it just means while you are multiplying and while you are dividing. That's just what each of these means. So this is when we multiply, and divisors is when we divide. Okay, so it's, there we go. All right, so there are 16 friends playing on a field. How can they make teams of 2, teams of 4, and teams of 8? Show equal groups of 2, 4, and 8. So we first know that we have 16 total people, 16 total friends that are on the field playing. And we want to make teams of 2, teams of 4, and teams of 8. So let's start with our teams of 2. So if I have 16 friends, and I need to put them in teams of 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to get 16 squares, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We don't have to use squares. You could use whatever symbol you want. You could do dots, you could do circles, triangles, rectangles, whatever you feel, your creative juice is going and what symbol you want to use. But we want to do them in groups of 2. So 1, 2, circle. 1, 2. There's another group. Another group. Another group. Another group. Another group. Group and group. So how many groups were we able to make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this tells me that 2 times 8 equals 16. If I have 2 people in each group and there are 8 groups, that means, and then there's a total of 16 people. Or 16 divided by 2 equals 8. Remember, we were doing those last time where we're taking our numbers and we were creating a related fact group. So this tells me that 2, 8, and 16 are a related fact group. Now I'm going to do teams of 4. So I still have my 16 friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This time I want them in teams of 4. So I want groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to circle my groups of 4. So now I have teams of 4. So how many teams of 4 do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 teams of 4. So if I have 4 teams of 4 people, that's going to equal 16 total people. Or 16 divided by 4 equals 4. So, right, our related facts. So 4, 4, and 16 go together. And our last team they want us to do is teams of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So now I need to circle them in groups of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this time I only have 2 groups. So this tells me that if I have 8 friends times 2 groups equals 16 total friends. Or 16 divided by 8 equals 2. So 2, 8, and 16 are a related facts. Okay? So we're not going to do letter B because we did it up here, right? It just wants us to write equations that we could write, or what equations could you write to show equal groups of 2, equal groups of 4, and equal groups of 8? And we just did that up here. So we don't need to do it down here because we did it up in our box. Okay? So we're going to step it on out now. Jan has a 20-inch length of string. He cuts the string into pieces that are each 4 inches long. How many pieces of string does Jan have? So we have a 20-inch length of string, and there are 4. Each piece is going to be 4 inches long. So the division problem I want to do is 20 divided by 4 equals, and we don't know how many pieces of string he's going to have, right? So we'll put our S there as our unknown. So we know there's a total of 20, and we're going to need to count backwards by groups of 4. So there's our first jump. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our second jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a third jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a fourth jump, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a fifth jump. So this is going to be 1 piece, right? 2 pieces, 3, our fourth piece, and our fifth piece of yarn. Because each of them is 4 inches long. So each of these pieces are 4 inches long. So how many pieces of string does Jan have? He has 5 pieces of string. So our answer, right, 20 divided by 4 equals, so S equals 5. Number 3. The students in the science lab are working in 3 groups. Each group has 8 students. How many students are there? So they're working in there are 3 groups in the science lab. See, we've got our 3 tables for our 3 groups, and each group has 8 students. So this is a multiplication problem, right? This is a 3 times 8. So remember way back when we were first talking about multiplication, we were using a strategy called doubles. So we could take our 8 and we could break it up into 2 groups of 4, right? Because 8 is 2 groups of 4, and then we could multiply each piece by 3. So 3 times 4 equals 12, and then we double the product, so we double the answer. So 12 plus 12 equals, and if you need to write it off to the side here, 2 plus 2 is 4, 1 plus 1 is 2. So 12 plus 12 equals 24. So that means that 3 times 8 equals 24. So how many students are there? There are 24 students. So that was another strategy that we had used. Number 4. There are 32 dancers in the parade. The dancers are arranged in equal rows as shown. How many rows are there? So we know there are 32 dancers, all total in the parade. And they're in rows just like this picture. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dancers per row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Because they want us to draw an array. There's one row. We need to figure out how many rows there are going to be. So let's do another group of 8. So, and we know that 8 plus 8 equals 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. There's our 32 dancers. So how many rows of dancers are there? There are 4 rows of dancers. And there are 8 dancers in each row. So this tells me that 8 times 4 equals 32. It also, I can put these in whatever order I want. I can start with 8 times 4, or I could start with 4 times 8. That also equals 32. Now what about division? Well, we would always start with our bigger number, right? With our product. So 32 divided by 8 equals 4. So that would mean that 32 divided by 4 equals 8. So 8, 4, and 32 are all related facts. You can multiply or divide with these 3 numbers, and you're going to find that they have a relationship to one another. They're related facts. So how many rows are there? There are 4 rows of dancers. All right, let's check for understanding. We're going to multiply or divide. 2 times 3. I'm hoping you're starting to get these fast and not having to count it out. If you have to count it out, that's fine. That's no problem because you're still learning your multiplication, but I'm hoping that you're really practicing those multiplication fact cards so that way you can get more automatic with your multiplication facts. Because really, multiplication is just one of those things where you have to memorize those facts. So 2 times 3 equals 6. 72 divided by 8 equals 9. 4 times 7 equals 28. There are 12 volleyball players on the volleyball court. Each side of the volleyball court has the same number of players. There are 2 sides. How many players are on each side? So we know there are a total of 12 players playing, and they're all on the volleyball court. And there are 2 sides. So we need to, our problem is 12 divided by 2. What number times 2 equals 12? Or 12 in half, right? 12 divided by 2 just means cut 12 in half. So 12 divided by 2 equals 6. There are 6 players on each side. The length of a field is 32 feet. A coach places a strip of tape every 8 feet. How many strips of tape does the coach place? So if the length is 32 feet and he places a strip every 8 feet, so this would be 32 divided by 8 equals, and ooh, look, what did we do up here? 32 divided by 8 equals 4. So he places 4 strips of tape. Four strips of tape. All right. Number 6. An art teacher has 40 crayons in some boxes. Each box has 8 crayons. How many boxes of crayons does the art teacher have? So we know that she has 40 total crayons, and she has 8 crayons in each box. So we need to figure out how many boxes she has. So this would be 40 divided by 8. 40 divided by 8 equals 5. So she has 5 boxes. All right, multiply or divide. 2 times 6 is 12. 64 divided by 8 is 8. 4 times 5 is 20. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 72 divided by 8 equals 9. 16 divided by 4 equals 4. 20 divided by 2 equals 10. 56 divided by 8 equals 7. 2 times 9 equals 18. 7 times 4 equals 28. 8 times 1 equals 8. 4 times 8 equals 32. So there are 48 students in the library. If there are 6 students at each table, how many tables are there? So we have a total of 48 students, and at each table there are 6 students. So our problem would be 48 divided by 6 equals how many tables there are, right? Equals T. Well, 46 divided by 6. What times 6 equals 48? That would be 8. So there are 8 tables. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 friends are paddling kayaks. Each kayak holds 2 people. How many kayaks are there? So we have 6 friends, and they're paddling kayaks, and 2 people are in each kayak. So how many total kayaks are there? Well, this would be 6 divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 equals, we want to know how many kayaks for K. That would be 3 kayaks. Because 6 divided by 2 equals 3. 2 times 3 equals 6. Alrighty, number 22. Arachnids, such as spiders, are a class of animals based on their number of legs. Megan counts 56 legs on some arachnids. How many arachnids does Megan count? Well, we know that there are a total of 56 legs, and we need to divide it by how many legs will be on each arachnid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 legs on each arachnid. So 56 divided by 8 equals A, right? A for arachnids. 56 divided by 8 equals 7 arachnids. 8 times 7 is 56. 2 times 2 is 4. 48 divided by 8 is 6. 4 times 10 is 40. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2 times 10 is 20. 36 divided by 4 is 9. 2 times 7 equals 14. 8 divided by 8 equals 1. 8 times 10 equals 80. 4 times 8 equals 32. 7 times 2 equals 14. 8 times 3 equals 24. 9 times 4 equals 36. Mrs. Reynolds buys 6 packs of batteries. There are 8 batteries in each pack. How many batteries does Mrs. Reynolds buy? So she's buying 6 packs, and in each pack there are 8 batteries. So this would be 8 times 6. 8 times 6 equals 48. So there are 48 batteries that she bought. Jay has a sheet of balsa wood that is 36 inches long. He cuts the sheet into 4 equal pieces. How long is each piece of balsa wood? So his piece of wood is 36 inches long, and he cuts it into 4 equal pieces. So this would be 36 divided by 4 equals how many pieces of wood? So 36 divided by 4 equals 9. So he would have 9 pieces of balsa wood. Or they would each be, sorry, how long? They would be 9 inches long. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry about that. 9 inches long, not 9 pieces. He cut 4 pieces. He wants to know how long each piece was. I'm sorry. I was getting ahead of myself. All right, and the last page of On Your Own, if you would like to do this independently and then come back to check your answers, that would be awesome to see how you're doing with these multiplication and division facts. I think that would be the smart thing to do is pause the video, try this page independently, and then push play and check your answers. Number 38. Seth cuts 20 inches of ribbon into 4-inch pieces. Write an equation to show how many pieces of ribbon Seth cuts. So he has 20 inches of ribbon, and he cuts it into 4-inch pieces. So this would be 20 divided by 4 equals, and we don't know how many, pieces of ribbon he's going to cut. So 20 divided by 4 equals 5. Ooh, excuse me. So 5 pieces of ribbon. Multiply or divide. 2 times 7 equals 14. 80 divided by 8 equals 10. What equals 6 times 4? 24. 16 divided by 8 equals 2. What equals 7 times 4? 28. 32 divided by 8 equals 4. 40 divided by 8 equals 5. What equals 2 times 9? 18. 32 divided by 4 equals 8. 12 divided by 2 equals 6. Sorry, that's a funky 6. 24 divided by 8 equals 3. 28 divided by 4 equals 7. 6 times 8 is 48. 5 times 2 is 10. 7 times 8 is 56. And 10 times 2 is 20. And our last question. A tandem bicycle holds 2 riders. A group of 20 riders rent tandem bicycles. How many tandem bicycles does the group need to rent? So, each bike holds 2 riders, and there are 20 riders that want to go bicycling and want to rent bicycles. So this would be 20 divided by 2 equals, so how many bicycles do they need? They need 10 tandem bicycles. Alrighty, so please independently do lesson 7.3. I'm going to have you skip number 12, so you do not have to do number 12, but I'm going to have you do the rest of the worksheet. So you're going to do 1 through 19 except for number 12. You can skip number 12. Okay? So please complete that work and then either take a picture of the front and back and send it to me or attach it to this assignment, or just send back the paper to me at school. Alrighty, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.